Well, I think it's time for Sunday with Silvers. Ah, 'cause it's never too late, never too late. Ba bum bum bum. Never too late to be great. Do 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 do. Yeah, it's never too late, never too late. Da 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 da. Never too late to be great. Well, it's never too late. Do do do. Never too late to be great. If you're in need of healing, do 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 do. It's never too late. Do 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 do. You want more love to be revealing. Do 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 do. Oh, it's never too late. Do 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 do. You wanna get back that old feeling. Do 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 do. It's never too late. It's never too late. 'Cause it's never too late, never too late. Da 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 da. Never too late to be great. Well, it's never too late, never too late, never too late. Never too late to be great. Well, it's never too late. Never too late to be great. And the crowd goes wild. Hey everybody, it's John. Welcome to Sunday with Silvers. I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to get rid of something here that I don't need to have on the screen. It's so good to see everybody. I'm so grateful that you're here today. Let me make sure this whole thing is working out the way it's supposed to. Pretty sure it is. But you know, all these technical things, just kind of got to make sure. All right, here we go. All right. So how's everybody doing out there? I would really love to know. Go ahead and put something in the chat if you'd like. Go ahead and let me know how you're doing. I'm doing great. It's a sunny day here in Southern California. Let me know where you are watching from. Even if you're watching this as a replay, I'd love to know where you're watching from, and I'd love to connect with you. So, and you know, you can put something in the chat even if you're just watching as a replay, and we can talk. I know a lot of folks are watching the football games today, and I don't consider myself competition to the football because you can watch the replay of this. But if you are here live, I appreciate it. Put something in the comments. Let me know you're here, and that'd be great. So that being said, it's a beautiful day here in Southern California, sunny Los Angeles area, and I'm just grateful to be alive. Grateful to have this opportunity to share with you. I come on here every Sunday, and I do what I do. I play some music that I've written. I do a little bit of acting. I do a little bit of storytelling. Talk about life in general and in specific sometimes. And just try to make sense of some of the stuff that's going on in the world, and what's going on in your world. Hopefully, is good. So I know there's a lot of craziness going on out there these days, but we can focus on what brings us joy. I think it's important to know that we have choice as to what we want to focus on. Let me see. That brings me to a song. Let's see. Where did I put? Oh, there we go. My daughter gave me this for Christmas, which I love. It's my little amplifier. If I put it close enough to the screen, it looks like a big amplifier, but it's just a little amplifier. And it's actually not even an amplifier. It just holds the picks that I need to play. So I don't actually need them. I have long nails. Well, I used to anyway on this hand that are good for picking the guitar. But every once in a while I like to use a pick. Let's see. So let's see. There's a song I wrote once about stepping in dog poop. And, everybody's done it. You've probably done it. Don't lie. I know you have. How's it go? I stepped in it once. Let's see. I stepped in it once. I stepped in it twice. It felt okay, but didn't smell so nice. I got the dog poop blues. I got the dog poop blues. All over my shoes. Lord, don't you know I got the dog poop blues. Walking down Melrose Avenue, looking into windows like the tourists do. When a little old lady with a pet Shih Tzu told her dog to take a number 2. And even though I usually stop on a dime, I didn't stop in time. I'll spare you all the rest of this rhyme. I stepped in it once, I stepped in it twice. It felt okay, but didn't smell so nice. I got the dog poop blues. I got the doggy doo blues. All over my shoes. Lord, don't you know I got the dog poop blues. I tried to rub it off. I tried to scrub it off. I tried to shake it off. But nothing seemed to take it off of my shoes. Lord, don't you know I got the brownest of blues. All over my shoes. Lord, don't you know I got the dog poop blues. Won't somebody tell me what I gotta do to get rid of this doggy poo? Don't wanna have to throw away my shoe, but what do they feed that dog? Super glue? Well, stepped in it once, stepped in it twice. It felt okay, but didn't smell so nice. I got the dog poop blues. I got the doggy doo blues. All over my shoes. Lord, don't you know I got the dog poop blues. One more time, everybody. I got the dog poop blues. I got the doggy doo blues. All over my shoes. Lord, don't you know I got the dog poop blues. Curb that dog. My wife hates that song. Yeah, that was written from a true story. I don't need to give you the details. I just, I stepped in it, and then I thought to myself, hey, there's a song there. Who would ever thought? I like to have fun, as you can see. And I've been getting back to the gym recently, so I'm feeling pretty good. Just feeling in my body, feeling alive. I hope you are too. I hope you're getting some exercise. It's so important to exercise your body, especially these days when we're doing stuff online all the time. And by the way, I'm grateful that you're here online now. But get up after a little while, I'm on here for 45 minutes, or actually an hour. So, if you got to get up and stretch, go for it, stretch out your body, do what you got to do, and get to the, if you don't go to the gym, that's cool. Just do some walking or something. Get your blood going, get your breathing going, because, breath is so important. And I've actually, I try to remember to warm up for this so that my voice is ready. And there's so many aspects, I know that I show up here every Sunday, and but there's so much to do just to get ready and go that sometimes I just forget that I need to warm up. And so sometimes the first song is the warm up. So everybody should be aware that water is important, by the way. That's not what I was going to say, but water is important. My dad used to always get on my case because when I swallow, I make these big gulping sounds. And I don't know, it has something to do with, something in my throat, the way I drink. And it's like, gulp, 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 gulp. My dad used to he'd get so crazy. He'd say, John, stop that. I'd say, if I knew how, Dad, I would. My wife looks at me too. She's like, do you have to make all that noise when you drink? I'm like, if I ever get like a Pepsi commercial or, any kind of, orange juice commercial or something, because, I'm an actor as well. Oh man, I'm sure they'll fire me in an instant once they hear my throat gulping, or they'll have to figure out what to do with the sound to get rid of the sound, because it is pretty loud. Anyway, that being said, now you know something new about me that you didn't know before. Not that it's that interesting, but so something else that I can share with you is that, well, something you know, which is that this coming up tomorrow is a celebration of the life, I guess the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And obviously that's a beautiful thing. Well, I guess I shouldn't say obviously, because some people might not think it's a beautiful thing. I'm going to turn up my volume here a little bit, so make sure you can hear me well, but I'm pretty sure you can. Check, 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 check. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a beautiful thing. Anytime we're reminding each other that there's something to focus on that's positive, then I think that that's a good thing. And Martin Luther King Jr., you know, I was writing some stuff down about Martin Luther King Jr. and just about the name King. See if I can read here a little bit of what I wrote, or kind of go off of it a little bit. So what did I say? Okay, so there's more. There's one more. Oh, I know. Wait a minute. I started on the second page. Is that right? Oh, here we go. Okay. So what I was writing earlier today was about the name King and the word King. And as this is the eve of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, I thought it was cool to kind of talk about that a little bit. So people feel that when you I ask younger people who weren't necessarily alive while Martin Luther King Jr. was alive, I ask them oftentimes, do you know who he was? And they said, yes, he had a dream. And I said, yeah, he did have a dream. Do you know what that dream was? And a lot of times they'll say, yeah, his dream was to make things better for black people. And I say, well, you know, that is true, but that's not the extent of his dream, because he was about equality. And that's different than just having the world be better for one group of people. You can't have equality unless it's equal, unless there's goodness for all. Otherwise, it's not equality. And so I thought about it, because they call it the Civil Rights Movement. And it was, the Civil Rights Movement of the 1960s in America. And it was really a human rights movement. So I looked up civil rights, and I looked up the word civil, and it talked about civil having to do with citizens and things that pertain to citizens, the normal people, as opposed to, let's say, military or ecclesiastical type of things. It's, normal everyday citizens, so it has to do with that. And then civil also means being courteous, polite, respectful. So if we put those two things together, civil rights is being courteous, respectful, and kind and polite to the citizens around you and to around us. It seems really simple, right? And he had this very famous speech that he made on the Lincoln Memorial, steps of the Lincoln Memorial, on August 28th. I'm reading the date here. August 28th, 1963. I was just turned 1 at that time, so I don't remember the speech itself. But a lot of people know the speech, and what I can say about Martin Luther King Jr. is that he learned. Well, his movement and his cause was led by nonviolence. So, violence is definitely a way in which things can change. I don't know if they change for the better necessarily, but it is one way to bring about change. But Martin Luther King Jr. Was preaching for peace and peaceful revolt and peaceful actions. And the interesting thing that a lot of folks don't know is that Martin Luther King Jr. learned that from Gandhi, or was inspired, I should say, highly by Gandhi. And so was Nelson Mandela, also very highly inspired by Mahatma Gandhi, the peaceful leader of India who helped establish India. No, I'm not a historian, so if I say anything here that is completely wrong, you feel free to correct me. That is, correct me. But I saw the movie Gandhi, and I know that Gandhi was someone who lived his life and focused on making change through nonviolent means. But what a lot of people don't realize is that Gandhi got his way of thinking, his nonviolent strategies, from his wife. And I have his wife's name here. See if I wrote it down because I didn't know it. But he considered her to be his guru. And she was the one that basically taught him all of those nonviolent principles. And yet he's the one that gets the credit, right? Well, she was an activist in herself. She was also an activist. Let me see if I can find her name here because I did write it down. And they called her Ba, B-A. But that's because that was the last part of her name. Let me see. Why I can never find anything when I'm looking for it in these things. But I write down a whole bunch of stuff, and then I'm like, where did I write that? Anyway, I'll find her name because I think it's important that we acknowledge her and that we recognize her as the leading force behind this non-violent way of having a revolution. Okay, I'm going to scan my stuff here. I'm not going to feel stressed about it. I'm just going to scan it until I find her information and her name. If anybody else knows it and wants to put it in the chat, please do, so that I can not have to keep scanning my paperwork here for it. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to look it up right now because I'm not finding it on the stuff that I wrote down, but I know that her name is here. Oh, wait. Did I find it? Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. I hope I don't say this wrong. Kasturba. C-A-S-T-U-R-B-A. Kasturba, sometimes just called Ba Gandhi. That was his wife. And I think she deserves as much notoriety and credit as he does because she was his mentor. She was his guru. He called her. He even said that in his autobiography, that she was the one. He would see how she endured hardship and how she didn't complain, and she was thrown in jail many times for peaceful protest, and how he was just so inspired by her. So, and I even heard Will Ferrell, the comedian, the other day saying it's time that. It's time that women start running things because men have been screwing it up for years. So, I think there are good men out there, definitely. I hope I'm one of them, and I hope you are too. But there's definitely something to be said for the idea that we kind of come back to our hearts around how we do things. So that being said, I'll show you a picture here. This is a picture of my father. I might have shown it on here before. Now it looks very grainy. He looks a lot whiter than he, just because of the exposure. But that's my dad there in 1964 when I was 2 years old with Martin Luther King Jr. because my dad was a civil rights leader. I come from a mixed racial heritage. This is my mom and my brother and me and my dad. And so we were a mixed race family. That's me down there, the littlest one on that side over there. this one right here, that's me, looking kind of shy. I wasn't shy, but I was looking shy in that picture. Anyway, I show you that because I come from a background of activism, and I've always tried to kind of shy away from it because I don't like to get political. I don't like to necessarily stir things up. I'd rather use music and messages through my music to be able to do, to make some difference in the world. So I'm going to play a song for you right now that my daughter and I wrote together. Because all that Martin Luther King Jr. was really looking to do was have life be better for everybody. Because, you know, when you perpetrate bigotry or anything like that, you know, prejudice, or when somebody perpetrates that on somebody else, it hurts both people, not just the person who's the victim, although the victim definitely is being victimized under those circumstances. But I believe that if we're all one, like we say we are, or like some people say we are, and I believe we are, then what we do to others affects us as well. So my daughter came to me at one point, and she said, "Dad, I can't write. I can write a melody. I have this melody in my head, and I can write that, but I can't put the words and the melody together." And so she played me this thing she was writing on the piano, and I said, "Honey, that's actually not a melody. That's a chord progression. You know, one chord to the next." It was like this. She played me that chord progression, and I said, "Well, that's actually a chord progression, but a melody is what goes over it. You could write different melodies over that same chord progression. For instance, la 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 la. That's one melody. I was kind of making up as I went along, so it didn't completely go with it. Or you could write another melody. Let's see. I'll just make up another one. Let's see. La 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 la. Totally different melody. And then you put words to that melody. And then I said, try this one. La 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 la. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna put a capo on it here. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's try it. So this is the melody we came up with. And I said, here's a melody for this song. And she gave me the words, and this was back in 2018 we wrote this. But it's all about her wanting to be able to be who she was in the world and feel confident. I'll just leave it at that. And I was feeling the same way at the time. Okay, so this is what we wrote. I just wanna walk among the clouds, even though I'm scared of falling down, 'cause I know there's something out there, something I can't see. Yes, I know there's something out there. It's calling out to me, and if I fall, at least falling free. And if I fall, I'll get back, get back, get back on my... Let me try it again. I'm going to take it up a little bit too. I'm going to practice it. Here we go. Something out there. And if I... Sorry, guys. Here we go. Okay, I got it. Here we go. You ready? Gotta remember that. I just wanna walk among the clouds. Even though I'm scared of falling down. 'Cause I know there's something out there, something I can't see. Yes, I know there's something out there, it's calling out to me. And if I fall, at least I'm falling free. And if I fall, I'll get back on my feet. I just wanna live a life I love. Even though I'm scared of messing up. But I know that love is out there. I feel it moving me. Yes, I know that love is out there to lift me off my feet. And if I fall, at least I'm falling free. And if I fall, I'll get back on my feet. I just wanna give all that I am. All my laughter, all my sadness, all the truth I can. 'Cause I know there's something in me that's reaching out to you. Yes, I know there's something in you that's reaching for me too. And if we fall, at least we're falling free. And if we fall, we'll get back on our feet. We'll get back on our feet. Wow. Yeah. I hope you liked that song. It was written at a time when my daughter was really frustrated with her school. She was in high school and she just wanted to enjoy her life, and they were testing her constantly and trying to, all this memorization stuff. And she really wasn't feeling like she was learning anything, because California has this whole, idea that you got to test everybody all the time. And so I was at a time in my life when I was trying to, move out of selling insurance, which I did for 17 years, and get into being a musician full time and being an actor, which is where my love and my training is. And so we were at a very similar place, even though we were at totally different ages. So we wrote this song together. I've never done anything so amazingly beautiful as that, writing that song with my daughter, Joey May, because she would write a line, and then I would write a line, and then she would write a line, and then I would write a line, and in an hour, it was done. And that's what we came up with. And she sings it a lot better than I do. But I am going to be accompanying her tomorrow at a beautiful event for celebration of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and she's gonna sing it, and I'm gonna play it. So I'm gonna brush up on it so that I don't mess up while I'm accompanying her, which I won't do. That's part of the reason why I want to play it today, because I want to get it back in my mind here so that I have a chance to do it right tomorrow. And the thing about live performance that's so beautiful, and even here while I'm here with you, is that anything happens and it's okay, well, that's what happened. It's kind of like you want it to be perfect, but life is not perfect, and things happen. So I think people appreciate that. It's very good to know that nobody's expecting us to be perfect out there. In fact, the interesting thing is that when we try to be perfect, we'll usually fail. And then if we can't accept it, then we're upset with ourselves. So that's not good. But the real reality is that people don't identify with people who they think are perfect, because people know they're not perfect. So if we really want to connect with other people, we need to be able to let them know, hey, I'm not perfect, and that's okay. In fact, that's good, because that makes me a human being. I have a song that I wrote about that. It's called Perfectly Imperfect. Let's see if I can play it. It's another blues song. I may not be perfect, but I'm perfectly me. That's about as perfect as I'm gonna be. So if you wanna love me as I am. I'll always be a perfectly imperfect man. I am perfectly imperfect. I am perfectly imperfect. Love me as I am. I'm a perfectly imperfect man. I may not remember to take out the trash, but at least I will never come home to you smashed. I may not remember our anniversary, but I never will forget how much you mean to me. I am perfectly imperfect. I am perfectly imperfect. Love me as I am. I'm a perfectly imperfect man. Here we go now. I may not be perfect, we know that is true. The good news, honey, neither are you. We don't have to try to live up to the hype. We can be the perfectly imperfect type. We are perfectly imperfect. We are perfectly imperfect, yeah, yeah. We are perfectly free to live our lives imperfectly. That's right. Come on now. We are perfectly imperfect. We are perfectly imperfect. We are perfectly free to live our lives imperfectly. perfectly imperfect. I'm even perfect at being imperfect. That's the one thing I'm perfect at. Being imperfect. Yeah. So if you want to be perfect, be that. Be perfectly at being imperfect. Cuz you'll get it right every time. Yeah. I think of the football games going on right now. You got these four teams playing against each other. I guess it's eight teams. Yeah, four games, eight teams. And I was watching yesterday. Yeah, I love sports, although I have to say I'm not a big fan of MMA. I get it, um, I like a good contest of any kind where people are evenly matched, but to see somebody get the hell beat out of them is just, I don't know, man. I think we desensitize ourselves as a society when we just accept that as normal, and we praise people for being able to basically almost kill each other. And especially the one that wins, like they're somehow paid millions and millions of dollars. And look, I understand these people are amazing athletes. I don't take anything away from them with that. I'm not getting in the ring with them, that's for sure. But man, somehow I just, when they started including highlights from big MMA fights on like Sports Center, and you know warn me, okay? Give me a little warning. You're about to see someone get their head knocked off. And if you don't want to watch it, then, cover your eyes or something. But just to put it up there right next to the guy that does a beautiful layup on basketball, the guy does this ballet kind of, dipsy do around the back, over the head, pass or whatever. And we're like, wow, that was gorgeous. And then whack, somebody, teeth get knocked out. It's like that's not the same thing. I'm sorry, they're both a sport. I get it, but I just and now I think one of these streaming channels, or I don't know, somebody's announcing, yeah, now you can watch it on our channel. It's like, why? Because they make a lot of money. That's why. Because people want to watch that stuff. And I don't know. Maybe I'm making some enemies by saying this, but I think it was even, I don't know if it was Marvin Hagler, one of the great boxers of all time. I don't remember which one it was, but one of the great boxers. Boxing and MMA are obviously different. They wear gloves in MMA. I mean, in boxing, and that's to soften the blow. And when you hit somebody in boxing and they hit the ground, you give them a chance to get up, and if they can't get up, then you win. But MMA is like they hit the ground, and you jump on top of them and beat the holy crap out of them until somebody stops it. And I heard this boxer say that's just not right. You should, sportsman wise. And the weirdest thing is after it's all over, they're hugging each other like I respect you because you took a beating or because you tried to beat me up or whatever. And I don't know, it just so much desensitizes our society. And because of that, then things become normal. Like a lot of the stuff that we see going on right now in our country and in other countries, and the violence that goes on, it becomes normalized because we just accept it. I was talking about the fact that, this is coming up is Martin Luther King Jr.'s celebration of his birthday. And by the way, I'm not a big fan of his of the statue they did for him in Washington D.C. I'm grateful that they created a statue for him. But the statue, if you've ever seen it, he looks like he's mean. He looks like he's like, I don't know, not a nice guy. So I wish they would have done maybe one with his hands out like that instead of like this. But anyway, that's just my pet peeve. But I was thinking about the whole day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and I was thinking about the name King and the word King. We have had these protests recently about no kings, and I understand why those protests are happening, because the United States became the United States by getting away from the monarchy of England, breaking away and fighting in the American Revolution and all that. So I get that, that connotation of no kings, and obviously there's some people, many people are concerned about, a lot of the activity that they see going on in the federal government these days. And this is not a political. Once again, I don't love getting into political stuff, but I'm just observing some things right now. And one of the things that I'm observing is that when you say no kings, I thought to myself, well, what's the difference between a king and a dictator? And so I looked it up, and one of the things that struck me about it is that both kings and dictators have ultimate power. The main difference and I wrote some stuff down here. The main difference is that a king becomes in power from heredity. It's passed down through a lineage, and a dictator. It says here, king's powers traditionally comes from heredity and tradition and lineage, while a dictator's power comes by force and or political maneuvering, relying on fear, control, and suppression of opposition. Interesting. I'll let you decide which you think is more seemingly happening in today's society here in America. And maybe the name of the rally needs to be changed. Anyway, I'm laughing, but it's not funny. It's serious biz, folks. And I just pray for us that we, there's one more king that I want to talk about, and that's Rodney King, a name that you may not have heard for quite a while. And if you're young enough that you never heard of it, then I'll tell you Rodney King. I'm old enough to remember Rodney King and the whole 1991 in Los Angeles, the what they call the LA riots, and they were sparked by a beating of a man named Rodney King, a black man who was beaten with batons and fists by a group of white Los Angeles policemen. There were some other people there that weren't white as well, but they weren't charged with it. The white cops were the ones that ended up getting charged, I guess, for good reason. When I say good reason, I guess that the footage of it happening, which did show, there was footage that showed on KTLA, a local TV station here in Los Angeles, and there was a huge outrage because of it, of this man getting himself beaten, and so having himself beaten. I don't know how to say it. He was getting beat up. I'm trying to be PC here, but the reality is he was getting the crap beat out of him by these cops. And so if you're not familiar with it, there was a huge trial, and it was very publicized, and turned out that these policemen were found not guilty, even though the video footage, seemingly clearly showed that they, had brutalized this man. And when the verdict came back non-guilty, all crap broke loose in Los Angeles, and that's when we have the LA riots of 1991, and they lasted for 6 days. Looting. There was a trucker, a white trucker, that got pulled out of a truck. He just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time and got pulled out by a bunch of angry black people who started beating him up, and it was just ugly. And it lasted for 6 days. And on the third day, there was a press conference held, and Rodney King, the man who was initially beat up that this whole thing started around, he made a statement, and I'll tell you what he said because I wrote it down exactly what he said. It was impromptu, and he was just going off the top of his head. Well, I guess that's what impromptu means, right? Let me see if I can find what he said. He says, where is it? Come on, John. You're better than this. No, I'm perfectly imperfect. I got to allow myself to be imperfect. Okay, here it is. I said, Rodney King, he said in 1991, on the third day of the rioting, speaking on TV, he pleaded with people. And by the way, it's not the first race riot in Los Angeles. In '65, there was the Watts riots, which was pretty much started over the same thing, police brutality and lack of opportunity and stuff like that. But on the third day of this 1991 LA riots, there was a live broadcast, and Rodney King famously said, he asked this question, he said, "People, I just want to say, can we all just get along?" Now, I remember when he said that, and when he said it, I recall that the tone, he was mocked, basically, for saying that. That was my experience, that people mocked him. And the reason I believe they mocked him was because the tone of it seemed to be one in which it seemed like too simplistic and almost silly and ignorant on his part. At least that's the way it was perceived. To ask that question, it almost seemed like pleading, and I think at the time there was still so much anger that people wanted revenge. They didn't want somebody to come up and go, "Hey, can we just get along?" And that quote has been misquoted since that. Like, why can't we all just get along? But his real quote was, "Can we just get along?" He was asking a question. Can we just make a decision that we're going to treat each other civilly, civil rights, politeness, kindness, love. We have this tendency, whether it's football or politics or race relationships or whatever, to choose sides and then make the other side the enemy and then try to destroy the other side. Whether it's MMA boxing or MMA fighting, or it's football, or it's politics, city politics, federal politics, whether it's, that's just what we tend to do. And his question was, but can we do something else? Can we choose to get along? And the answer is yes, we can. We can choose that. The question is, are we going to choose it? And I guess up to this point, some of us have and some of us haven't. And does it take all of us? I don't know. I mean, these are questions. I'm not saying I have the answer to anything, but I think it's a great question that he asked. And I really felt badly that Rodney King was kind of made out to be a simpleton and, too naive when he asked that question. Because it is about choice. How do we want to be in this world? And who do we want to, who do we consider to be our family? Is it just the people that we're born into, that are born by the same flesh and blood or the same bloodline? Or is everybody our family because they're human beings? And I believe the latter. Being somebody who's of mixed racial heritage, I have a viewpoint that may be a little different when it comes to racial stuff anyway, but I think it applies to a lot of different things. And I've played this song before, but in honor of Martin Luther King Jr., I'll play it now. It's about being mixed race and being an American. It's called Black, White, and Red, White, and Blue, and I wrote it quite a while ago. It's still apropos, which I guess in many ways I wish it wasn't, but only because I don't wish that it's so needed to bring this to people's minds. So what can I say about it that I haven't already said? Just that, some people have asked me out through all my life, okay, so you're mixed race, so which do you identify with more? And I get that all the time. I get, what are you? Like, they'll look at me like, are you Hispanic? Are you Puerto Rican? What are you? So my dad, I showed you that picture. My dad was black, but he also had Scots Irish and Creek and Cherokee Indian. My mom was Romanian, Russian, Polish. And, that's their background, but they were Americans, born in America. And so sometimes people will ask me, well, what do you identify more with? Or how do you identify? I identify with it all, because if I don't identify with it all, then I have to somehow deny a part of myself, which I'm not willing to do. And so what it's done is given me, even though I don't necessarily always feel like there's no St. Patrick's Day for me, where everybody who's Irish gets together. Although I do have some Irish blood, but it's not like, we all get together and drink green beer and get drunk. Yeah, we're Irish. Or, in New York, there's what is it? I'm not thinking well here. There's the Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York, and all the Puerto Ricans are, we're Puerto Rican. And that kind of a day doesn't really exist for me, because if we did a multicultural day, then you'd have people who were part Japanese and part, Hispanic or whatever, So what that has done for me in my life is made me realize that I'm connected to everybody, because my racial background is a subcategory of who I am. The main category is human being. And because of that, I've always felt like I feel comfortable and like I fit in all environments, as opposed to, because there's a choice, right? Back to the idea of choice. And I choose, and I've always felt that way, that I'm connected to people because I'm a human being, not because we like the same team or whatever. That's okay too, but the bigger connection is being a human being. So this is called Black, White, and Red, White, and Blue. I am a black man. I'm a white man too. I'm all American, just like you, just like you. There's no conflict in my heart over which is my better part. See, I don't wonder who's right, whom I should love and whom I should fight. I am a white man. I'm a red man too. I'm all American, just like you. Just like you. There's harmony in me, I know can prevail in society, and freedom will fill our land the more that we trust our fellow man and woman. I'm black, white, and red, white, and blue. You cannot hate me and love yourself too, 'cause you're part of me and I'm part of you. Whoa, black, white, and red, white, and blue. Look into my eyes, yes, I'm your brother. Under this great blue sky, we've got to care for each other. The earth is our mother, we believe the same color. Let's love each other right now, yeah. Let's love right now, yeah. I'm a red man, black and white man too. I'm all American, just like you, just like you. I have chosen to be free of any single social category. If there's one thing you want me to be, then you're missing the beauty of me. Look into my eyes, yes, I'm your brother, brother. Under this great blue sky, we've got to care for each other. Earth is our mother, we believe the same color. Let's love each other right now. Let's love right now, yeah, yeah. I'm black, white, and red, red, white, and blue. If you love yourself, then you can love me too. 'Cause you're part of me and I'm part of you. Oh, 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 black, white, and red, white, and blue. Black, white, and red, white, and blue. Oh, 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 black, white, and red, white, and blue. Oh, 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 black, white, and red, white, and blue. Oh, 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 black, white, and red, white. The earth is our mother, we bleed the same color, yeah. Oh, let's love each other right. The earth is our mother, we bleed the same color, yeah. Oh, let's love each other right now. Earth is our mother, we bleed the same color, yeah. Oh, let's love each other right now. Earth is our mother, we bleed the same color, yeah. Oh, let's love each other right now. Come on now. Black, white, and red, white, and blue, yeah. Red, white, and black, white, and blue. Oh, oh, black, white, and red, white, and blue. Oh, 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 black, white, and red, white, black, black, and red, and white, and black, and red, and white, and black, and blue, and black, and white, and red, and blue, and yellow, purple, any color will do. Black, white, and red, white, and blue. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for listening to that. I hope you enjoyed it. We don't have much time left here. I guess I was just blabbing and blabbing and blabbing away. I hope you enjoyed being here. Can't believe the time went so fast. But I'm grateful to you. If you have any requests, go ahead and put them in the chat. Even if you're watching this after it's been live, you can still put stuff in the chat. I'll still go ahead and respond. And love yourself. Love each other. Accountability Corner. Can't forget the Accountability Corner. I put myself in there every week. Tell you what I'm going to do. And hopefully I do it. And this week I didn't. I said last week that I was going to research some modeling agencies and some acting agencies. And I was going to submit to them. And I didn't do it. Okay. But you know what the reality is that it's never too late, never too late, never too late to be great. And the crowd goes wild. What does that, well, what does that mean? That means that there's always this coming week. And I'm going to do it because I can be responsible for and to myself. I've been doing a lot lately. I'm not going to get down on myself. I've been teaching in the prison system, and now I'm teaching in high schools, and I'm working on helping young people connect with who they are, write some things about themselves. I had a young man write a beautiful song the other day about freedom. He's incarcerated, and he wrote a beautiful song about what it is to be free and what he wants to experience. And I just keep supporting these young people in finding the truth of who they are and being loving to themselves and to others. And I am just grateful for the opportunity to be that in their lives and to be that in your life and to be that in my own life. So I believe in you. Put in the chat something that you want to do with your life, and I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna cheer you on. I'm gonna say you can do it, because you can. You can do it. I know you can, and I'm doing it too. So let's do it together. Let's reach new heights. Let's stretch and challenge ourselves to do things that we want to do, that we know bring more goodness to the world, because that's how the world is going to have more goodness in it, because we put it there and we offer it up. Don't wait for somebody else to do it. You can do it yourself, and I believe in you. So go for it, whatever it is. I love you. I will see you soon. See you next week, same time, for Sunday with Silvers. Okay, bye now.